Western Oval for the third quarter here this afternoon. The umpire puts the ball to turf. Up they go. Geelong get the first touch through Moroney. Kicks down to half forward. Boyd in front. Couldn't take the mark. Trevor Cock grabs a quick kick over the shoulder. Coming out of defence is the Bass Valley side. Kicked the ball out here towards the centre wing. The bouncing ball favours Cook going through for the GDFL. Picks it up. Kicks the ball down towards the pocket. Down there we've got Camarotto. Uses his body well and takes a strong mark in the forward pocket. Camarotto now to have this shot for the GDFL side here this afternoon, lining up for their ninth goal. As the high seas of the van start to rock as Ron comes back into the action. The kick towards the goal by Camarotto goes across the face of the goal, and 1 point is the result. And Ronald Dale Brassey, is it? Or Brain?
Yes, that's the one, Barry. And a nice start there for the Geelong District Footy League. But unfortunately, Barry, it wasn't a goal, it was a point.
That's what I said. Went across the face of the goal for 1 point.
Well, a very nice afternoon tea provided by the Werribee Centrals Football Club on behalf of the Geelong District Footy League, as we see that the big fella from Geelong District, Mark Stewart, tried to get the footy but can't do so. Breaking clear now, Paul Ware. Hand pass, couldn't find the target. We see on the ground now too for the Geelong District Football League. Good football too from the interchange player in Troy Hovey. Ball well repelled though by Bass Valley, and I think you'll find McDermott. Quick kick up there to centre half forward, and the big fella in Brucey Clark takes a nice mark.
Right. You're struggling, right?
It's a bit of a distance down there, Barry.
Right, Clark now from the centre of the ground spears a pass down forward, and he finds his teammate down there in Glenn Bolam. Glenn Bolam kicks the ball down towards the 10-yard square. Up they go over the back of the packer flies, and the free kick's been picked out to the GDFL side, and they'll take this in the last line of defence. And the cheers of the crowd, I think, heralding in their third free kick for the day. Oh, Purritt, it comes through strong for Bass Valley. Kicks down towards the goal line. A nice mark taken right beside the point post down there for Bass Valley, and it's been taken by Glenn Bolam. Bolam went back inboard, but it's come unstuck as the GDFL from half back now. Kicked the ball round towards centre wing. In front there was Big Stewart. He couldn't take the ball. It comes back now through Bass Valley. Oh, chopped up here. Allows Stewart to come onto it now. Kicks the ball high down here towards Camarotto on the lead. Half forward flank. Oh, slips over at the crucial stage. Allows Bass Valley to come in. They dodge around here. Get a quick kick off the boot there. And that was through Anthony Bolam. Down towards half forward. Bass Valley now from 50 metres, screw one over the shoulder, and another diving mark taken down in the forward line by Glenn Bolam.
Yeah, the Bolams are bouncing back for Bass Valley, Barry. Did you like that?
I did. 4 minutes into the third quarter here this afternoon, and Bass Valley lining up here for a badly needed goal. They're fourth for the afternoon if he can kick it. Comes in the drop punt straight through the centre.
That number 8 jumper, Barry, never
I've been waiting for that.
Never let you down, son. Great goal, Glenn Bolam. Kicks his second. And as you mentioned, Barry, a very badly needed fourth goal, and that just edges them a little closer to the Geelong District Footy League at the 3-minute mark of this third and vital quarter of footy. Geelong District Footy League 8-12-60.
Did you ever play GDFL football, Ron?
Bass Valley 4-4-28. And yes, Barry, I did in 1979.
Is that why the combined jumper number 8 is not on the list?
That's
correct.
Hang
it up.
That's it.
Or hang it out to dry. Anyway, from the bounce in the centre, Cook sockers the ball off the ground for the GDFL side. Bass Valley coming through here, kicked the ball wide where Boyd sees it safely across the line, and we'll have a throw in between centre wing and half forward flank. GDFL attacking end of the ground. Just
a little bit of water lying on the side of the ground there too, Barry. Should be a little bit juicy underfoot, I would suggest, out on the Western Oval.
From the boundary throw in, we see the players have a bit of a wrestle here in the ruck, and it's picked up for Bass Valley and kicked forward. Oh, and a strong mark taken in here. He is again, Glenn Bolam.
What number is he wearing, Barry? I think it's Greg Everson.
Everson,
number 6.
I got him wrong this time.
Yes, and Barry Walker has done it again. Excuse me, Barry?
Mucked it.
Oh, you mucked it. That's okay.
Right now, coming in from just outside 50, the drop punt down towards the square. Players set themselves down there, brought to ground by the GDFL backman. They flipped the ball out, gained about 10 metres on. Wasn't Maroney went? Yes, it was Maroney went in there strongly. Oh, it's picked up by his opposition number there, and a quick shot towards goal. And there's another one on the board to the Bass Valley off the boot of Shane Earl.
Well, this is interesting, Barry. Interesting comeback. There's only half a game of football gone, and Geelong District were enjoying a 37-point advantage at half-time. But that's now come back a little bit on the 5-minute mark of the third quarter. Proudly brought was by Rocky's 24-hour locksmith and trophies. As we see, yes, the little green beanie out there. He's looking very attractive this afternoon, the runner, isn't he, from Bass Valley?
Yes, the ski outfit by the look of it, Ron.
Certainly is, as the guest video scoreboard moves Bass Valley to 5-4-34. They're 26 points now behind Geelong District, 8-12-60.
Right from the bounce, we see Cook get the ball. His handball into the centre, intercepted here for Bass Valley. Straight down the centre they go. The bouncing ball, Ratter couldn't do it. It's picked up here and a shot down towards the goal line by Everson again. It hits the turf. Good defensive play by Andrews. Sees it go out to the half-back line, but a strong mark taken over there for Bass Valley. And it's Glasgow?
No, the big fella Clark.
The submarine kick under the ground she goes. Puts his player in terrible trouble, but it's picked up here and the kick over the shoulder. Andrews chips in and takes a good mark.
Just too good.
And that kick was by Greg Everson.
Done well early stages of this third quarter. Likewise, Rob Andrews goes to the outer side of the ground. Good football from him and finds you'll find it's Ian Cockrell out there too for Geelong District. Does well, kicks along out there to the centre wing. Pack of players fly. Kicked off the carpet there by that number 10 jumper in Paul McDermott. And he puts it over the line and out of bounds, some 60 metres from the Bass Valley goal. And the Seagulls are thick and fast here, Barry, this afternoon.
Yes, getting to that time of the day, Ron, as we see from the rucket. Big Stewart gets a quick kick down towards the half-forward line, but Bass Valley yards in front of Bissett this time, and the mark's taken over there for them by Dino Gallagher. Gallagher kicks the ball towards centre half-forward. Up they fly. The mark not taken there by the GDFL. It comes to turf at the bottom of the pack, trying to get it out with handball. A scramble over there on the half-forward line. The umpire's picked out a free kick, and where's it going, Ronald?
Bass Valley's direction, and Jeff Bister says, thank you very much, Ray Edwards. Kicks up long, up to the teeth of goal, but the defenders work hard for Geelong District. As we see breaking clear now, Robbie Andrews. Good footy, hand passes. Over the top he goes, looking for Maroney, but the bouncing ball, though, favours the Bass Valley player in Dino Galla. He can't pick it up. Bister's in there working hard, and likewise is the centre half back in Doug McIver for Bass Valley. And the umpire said, look, we'll have another bounce, fellas, at centre half forward. 7 minutes have gone, Barry. The third and vital quarter of footy. There's only 26 points in it.
Yes, they're a little bit more desperate this quarter, though, the Bass Valley, as we see the ball in the centre of the ground. A quick kick out down to half-forward. Oh, it eludes all players. A race for the ball. The big fellas now. Stewart and his opponent going through over there in Bruce Clark, but the ball goes across the line and we'll have a throw-in. Half-forward flank, Bass Valley, end of the ground.
And it looks like Mark Stewart having a run on the ball for Geelong District up against Bruce Clark. Over the top, the high flyer for Bass Valley, thumps it forward, but it's well sharked there by Hamey Williams. Kicks out to that outer wing position. The big fella, Mandermaker, can't pick it up, neither can Daryl Bissett. But I tell you what, his opponent in Dino Galla can. And it's on behind the plate too. Daryl Bissett and our friend Mandermaker.
Whoa!
And it is on.
Any rate, play goes on. Bass Valley going to attack. A high kick down here. Andrews behind. Brings the ball to turf. Oh, yeah, bad play there by the full forward for Bass Valley. He ran in the way of his rover there, but he's good enough to pick it up, the little fella, and screw it over his shoulder. And that was off the boot of the number 5 Guernsey in Adrian Scrappen. And he had a chance early, but the full forward got in his road. He battled on, picked it up, screwed it over his shoulder, and has brought up his second goal for the afternoon.
Yes, Barry, 9 minutes have travelled in this third and vital quarter, and it's all been one way. That's the left of screen, the Bass Valley end of the ground. They've kicked 6-4-40, 20 points in it now, Barry. Geelong District Footy League is stuck on 8-12-60. We've been travelling 9 minutes on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith and trophies time clock.
The ball back in the centre with the central umpire. Puts the ball to turf. A good bounce. Up they go. Stewart slipped at the crucial stage. Grabbed there for Bass Valley, and they tried to get a quick kick out there, but they couldn't. The umpire was forced to move in and will ball it up. Plenty of players around the ball at the moment, Ron.
Yes, it's a real congested area at the minute as we see that Stewart,
well
though,
done.
gets it down. Beautiful football to Foppiani, who kicks it quickly up to centre half forward. Maroney's there, goes in hard. Likewise was Geller. Good support at ground level by Jason Toy. The kick was well smothered. Now it comes out to where Colin Boyd, under pressure from Darryl Bissett, forces the error. Bissett does. Good footy, Darryl Bissett. And the ball trundles over the line and out of bounds some 20 metres from the Geelong District goal.
Yes, good tackle there by Bissett. Put the captain of Bass Valley under pressure, and his handball goes over the line as the boundary umpire brings it back into play. Up they go. Tap down here for the GDFL. Close to the boundary line it goes. It's Bass Valley again coming away from the back pocket. Kick the ball long towards the centre wing. Close to the boundary line. Over it goes, and we'll have a throw in between the half-back flank, centre wing on the far side of the ground.
10.5 minutes of travel of this third quarter. 20 points separating these two sides. Geelong District League favour against the Bass Valley. Ball on that outer side centre wing. Coming over the top of the pack there was Greg Everson, and pretty negative footy as it's gone straight back over the line, and we'll have another throw in.
Boundary umpire brings the ball back into play. Bass Valley bring it down to turf. Fapani couldn't take advantage of it. Hovey goes in. He couldn't take it either. Comes down here to the half-forward line. Oh, it's Bass Valley get out with handball. Another quick handball gives it to a teammate who kicks the ball long down towards the pocket. And a good mark taken down there in defence for the GDFL, and it's been taken by Rattawa.
Yeah, Robin Radowa did well there, Barry. Stood his ground well after some pretty physical work from Shane Earl. A nice kick up to the centre of the ground. I think you'll find Shane Treblecock has taken a fine grab. Kicks long up the centre half forward. The high flyer over the top there was Ray Robertson. Ball comes to ground. We see Moroney get it over the top there to Bissett, who kicks it off the carpet intelligently. Tries to find Widdowson, but good pressure from the Bass Valley defenders. Forced the error, and it's another throw in, Barry, in that forward pocket for the Geelong District side.
The Geelong District football coach hasn't bothered sitting down this afternoon, Ron. Been standing on the bike track all afternoon.
Yeah, Trevor Spence. Yes, he likes to get out of the box. As we see a quick snap at goal there from that ruck throw in. And unfortunately for Geelong District, it's offline.
Right now waiting for the fullback to bring the ball back into play. Goes out to the scoreboard side of the ground. Up they go. Big Stewart from behind, but he's beaten this time in front. But over the back it comes Stewart with handball to Bissett. Bissett over the top looking for a teammate. Taps the ball forward further. Moroney couldn't take it for Parnas in there. He couldn't get a kick to it. Now it comes out with the Bass Valley, and it's kicked out of defence by Everson. Straight into the centre of the ground, and the mark taken by Eves. Eves puts the GDFL back into attack. High kick down looking for Widdowson over the back of the pack. Here's a chance for Camerata. He couldn't get to it though. Over the line it goes, and we'll have a throw in. Bit proppy.
Yes, he's not 100%, Paul Camerata, without a doubt. And he's kicked that ball off the carpet. It's gone over the long and on the full. Bass Valley will take the penalty free kick. Bringing the ball back into play. Pack of players have formed. There was a push, I think, on that Geelong District player. No, it's been a shepherd, as Ray Edwards has suggested. And it looks like Anthony Hugh Henry takes the free kick for Bass Valley. Gets onto a lovely spiral torpedo into the centre of the ground. A big flyer there was Bruce Clark. Couldn't quite hold the mark, but it doesn't matter because Paul Ware swoops on it sweetly for the Bass Valley side. Kicks the half forward. Hamey Williams is in there, but getting in his way on that occasion was Robin Radowa. No, it's not. It's Ian Cockrell. And he got the free kick for the high tackle. Cockrell at half-back. Kicks to the centre of the ground. No one can take the mark. The big fella now comes in. That's Ian Glasscock, the big ruckman.
Oh, well done, Cook.
Yes, Cookie doing well all day at half-back, and gets the ball across there to his teammate in Timmy Macca, whose quick kick to half forward was well marked by Colin Boyd.
Right, Boyd gets a hand pass across to a running teammate. They kick forward, and the mark taken at centre half forward by Clark, is it? The big fella picks himself up off the ground and 50 metres.
That's what you call a soft free kick, Barry.
Yeah, well.
What was the umpire suggesting? Was he a bit late?
Well, I thought the player attempted to punch the ball away and got it, sort of went for the arm, and they locked arms, and he just pulled him to the ground. What are you supposed to let a player take a mark without
obviously
contesting?
Rowan David hasn't played the game.
Right, from point blank range, in comes the big fella and puts it straight through the centre, and that's Bruce Clark's first goal for the afternoon.
Certainly is. And the Bass Valley have added in the first 15 minutes of this third quarter. They've kicked 3 goals straight. And the Geelong District have only added 2 points. Has reduced the margin from 37 points now to 15. Bass Valley right back in this game. Bass Valley 7-4-46, Geelong District Footy League 8-13-61 on the guest video scoreboard. And don't forget Barry for all your lighting and sound. Sparkle Charter on 222 903.
Who?
Sparkle Charter. Provide very good sound and lighting in Geelong, and give Scott Parker a call on that number 222 903.
Tried the bounce of the ball in the centre, a good bounce, up they go. Geelong get an advantage, a handball out there, finds Fapani, goes straight down the corridor. Widdowson caught behind this time, bouncing ball over the heads of the players. Coming through there for the Bass Valley side is Anthony Bolam, kicks the ball wide out towards the half-back line. Mark unable to be taken over there by Ian Cockrell, and it goes off his hands over the line, and we'll have a throw in.
Jason Cadillac warming up the big ruckman for the Geelong District Footy League, ready to come on. And one would think Mark Stewart may have a spell. Ball on that outer side, half-forward flank for the Geelong side. Good football here. Cockrell kicks them into the forward line. Widdowson on that occasion was well beaten there by Carrasca. As we see, a pack of players have formed. Bit of tunnel ball there by Trebilcock. Tries to get it out to his teammate, but he can't do so because Anthony Boland was there for the Bass Valley side. Kicks to the centre of the ground, or going in with the slipper. And I think you'll find has been penalised as well was Jason Hassett. Bass Valley now, kick long, up there to centre half forward, but it's all Geelong District. Damie Williams there, good football there to Ratua. Ratua now runs his full term, good shepherding Darryl Bissett, kicks to the centre of the ground. Will Eves get there? Great desperate football, Craig Eves. Lunged at the leather, beat his opponent to the ball and swamped by them Bass Valley boys, and umpire will have a bounce.
Right, ball between centre wing and half-forward flank for the GDFL. Stewart now flips it over the back. Fapani went without the ball. He's back in there after it now. Comes out, but it's Bass Valley. Fapani picks the ball up now, kicks the ball down the forward line. They set themselves down there. GDFL in front over the back of the pack. Widdowson's got a chance here up the ground if he can get to it. Soccers the ball. No, he's missed it. Good defensive play by the Bass Valley side. Get it out towards a pocket. Maroney's in there trying to get this ball for the GDFL, but he's got no support. A handball out wide for the Bass Valley to Ware, and over the top it goes. A free kick paid. Play on the umpire calls. The kick down towards the centre wing. Through Ratawa's hands it goes. Tapped out by the Bass Valley side. It's picked up here for them. No, they've lost it. Cook's in there for the GDFL. Handballs over the top to Eves. Eves now kicks the ball down towards centre half forward. Clean bowls 2 or 3 players. Through the back it goes. A handball out now to Fapani. Having trouble picking it up. Keeping it ahead of him. Dropped the ball for mine when tackled. Good play by the big fella from Bass Valley, and I think he'll get himself a free kick. Play on the umpire calls as Bass Valley comes out of defence. Kick the ball towards the centre. Another push on the Bass Valley player in Clark, and Clark will take the free kick. Advantage paid again. The ball kicked down towards a pocket. A push on the Geelong player this time. Good umpiring, Ray Edwards, and the free kick to be paid in the last line of defence.
Yes, it was, and a couple of pushes being picked up by the umpires. As we see now that looks like Radowa goes short and finds his teammate. No, it was Rob Andrews actually. Goes to Cadillac and he plays on quickly to that outer side of the ground where Craig Eves shows some skill and class. Kicks long now up to the centre half forward position. The high flyer was Robertson. Couldn't take it. Ball spills to where Trebilcock picks it up well. Now on the left foot, goes across the goal there, and young Maloney sitting there says, thank you very much. Shane Trebilcock takes the easiest of marks, goes short. Or Widdowson dropped an easy mark, and good defensive football there by the full back in Wayne Krasker. Knocks it over the line, and we'll have a throw in, Barry, 25 metres from the Geelong District goal.
Right in front of the scoreboard. The umpire brings the ball back into play. Up they go. Ruck work done there for the Geelong side. Brought it to turf. A free kick's been picked out. And where's it going? Bass Valleys. Right, from the back pocket now. The kick down the corridor. Up they fly, and the mark's taken for the Bass Valley side and has been taken by McIver. He plays on quickly. He's got a teammate in the centre of the ground. Perrott it is. He's kicked down the corridor, down towards centre half forward. Up they fly. Thumped down by the defenders of the GDFL. Handball out wide, but it comes unstuck as Fapani swoops on it. Kicks the ball down the corridor and straight into the waiting arms down there of a teammate. And this is a big fella in Robertson.
Yeah, Ray Robertson now, the big ruckman for the Geelong District side. Punts the ball up to the teeth of goal with a wobbly old punt. Ginley, a nice mark there in the face of that pack. That was trying to pick him up, but gee, it was nearly a great mark. But the Bass Valley now clear the ball to the centre of the ground. Take a player's fly, comes out to where Cook now feeds off the hand pass to Eves. Eves looks to cross there to half forward. Camerotto has created some space and takes the easiest of chest marks at members' side half forward flank.
Right now, Camerotto with a kick towards the goal line, but he's offline, and 1 point is the result. That's 2 points to 3 points to Paul Camerotto here this afternoon at the 20-minute mark of the third quarter on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith third quarter time clock, and we see that the GDFL on 8:14.62 leading Bass Valley 7-4-46. From the kick in, a short kick in from full back, and it finds Everson. Everson now goes towards centre half back, and the mark's been taken there for the Bass Valley, and it's been taken by Anthony Bolam. Bolam now kicks the ball straight down the centre of the ground. The big fella looking back there was Clark. He couldn't take the mark. Socket off the ground there for the Geelong side by Hassett, is it, over on the far side there?
Yes, it is.
Handball out for the GDFL. Sees them kick the ball wide towards the boundary line. Over there, it's been picked up for Bass Valley by Gallagher. Gallagher now kicks down towards half forward. They set themselves down there. Bissett used his body well and has taken a strong mark.
Daryl Bissett at half back now for Geelong District goes short. He's got Timmy Macca there. No, it's not. It's Jason Cadillac. Takes the easiest of marks. Feeds off to the running Timmy Ellis, who's back on the ground, replacing Troy Hovey. The ball now up to half forward, but Bass Valley do it well in defence. Quick hand pass to young Glenn Bolam. Punts it up there to the half forward line. Ball comes to ground. Coming across the face there, all copy 1-2 was Paul Ware, but he was good enough to get it to his teammate in Nathan Pirro. Kicks up to the teeth of goal. Working hard there was young Scappen. He can't pick it up. He's under all sorts of pressure there from Amy Williams. And I think you'll find the umpires allowed play to continue as the players are having trouble controlling the footy. Bissett's there, though. Gets it out. Good football to Robbie Andrews on the left foot, but it's all Bass Valley.
Bass Valley now spear the ball back into the corridor and find the big fella in Clark. Right now, Clark kicking from just outside 50. But gee, they've been a lot more desperate this quarter, haven't they, the Bass Valley side?
Well, actually, Barry, they've played well all game. It's just that in that first half they had not a lot of goal-kicking power. There was system on their forward line as it was far too congested, but this third quarter they've really opened it up and have kicked, let's have a look, 4 quick goals. There's an opportunity here for the 5th by Earl. Doesn't quite make the distance. Rob Andrews was the high flyer. Got a hand to the leather and a minor score on the board to the Bass Valley side.
Yes, Clark went short there to Earl, and Earl's kick, as you said, has just been pushed through for one behind. They go to 7-5-47. GDFL on 8 goals, 14-62. Andrews from fullback now, straight down the centre he goes, and a lovely kick out from fullback. Up high there, in front was the Bass Valley player, and will take this mark. And this is Gisbert's. Gisbert's kick down towards the pocket. Up before the acceptances was the Bass Valley player. Good roving here by the number 5 Guernsey for the Bass Valley side, and Adrian Scappen, and he's kicked his 3rd.
That's a great goal from the little resting rover, and I'd suggest that would be one of the goals of the day here this afternoon, Barry. That's come at the 24.5-minute mark of this third and vital quarter of football here between these two great leagues. Geelong District Football League stuck on 8-14. They've only managed 3 points in this third term. 62 points. They're only 9 points up now on the Bass Valley. 8-5-53. Anybody's ball game, Barry.
Yes, as Daryl Jones has come off the ground for the GDFL. The ball back in the centre. Down she goes. Up they go. The big fella gets a tap down for Bass Valley, but it's Bissett gets his kick boot to the ball. Goes out wide where Marty Barbaro out there just come on the ground, fighting desperately for the ball. Flips it out for Parnos onto it now. Kicks the ball down towards the forward line over Treble-Cock's head. Oh, good defence, Bass Valley. Maroney chips in, sockets it off the ground. Alice goes in there for the GDFL. Gets a short kick forward for them. Comes back out with handball. Going in strongly. Players from both sides. The umpire will be forced to ball it up. No, it's come out the back. Now he'll move in and ball it up. And good desperation, Ronnie, from both sides down there.
Certainly was, Barry, and it's making it pretty tough, that slippery footy.
I'll tell you what, it's getting pretty cold up here at the moment too.
Certainly is, as we see that Catanac there gets it to Bissett. Good football, but Bissett's short kick is well marked there in defence by the captain of Bass Valley, Colin Boyd. Goes to the outer side of the ground. Paul Ware kicks it off the carpet. The big fella Clark doing a battle against his centre half back in Timmy Macca. Kicks off the carpet, but good desperate football there from Ibista. Sees the ball now, kicked up to half forward of Bass Valley. Defence now of Geelong District under all sorts of pressure, and he's going to get penalised. That's the disgraceful decision, and Ray Robertson can be very unlucky for that one.
You could see his arms going.
He was making every effort to get the ball out from underneath him, but the umpire said no.
Right, the kick taken now. Kick towards the corridor. A push on the GDFL player there. Over the back it comes to Alice. Weaves his way through the pack. Kicks the ball wide out towards the half-back flank, and he's found his teammate out there in Cockerell. Cockerell now from half-back flank. Kicks round the centre wing. Over the heads of the players it goes. Tapped over the back there by Barbaro, and it's gone across the line, and we'll have a throw-in. Right, the boundary umpire brings the ball back into play. Tapped over the back by the Bass Valley side. Socket off the ground here for them by Earl. It goes out wide, but GDFL first onto it now. Handball here to a running Cook. Cook through to centre. Spears a pass down over Widdowson's head. There's a chance now for the Racers. GDFL first in there. Socket off the ground by the big fella. But unfortunately it's gone through for 1 point, and that was off the boot of
Shane Treble-Cock. Yeah, good thinking from the big fella, and a bit of luck could have brought up a badly murdered ninth goal for the Geelong District side. It wasn't to be. 2 goals, 3 off the boot of Shane Treble-Cock for this game, and has been quite an effective half-forward flanker for the Geelong District Footy League this afternoon. 27 minutes have gone on the Rockies 24-hour locksmith and trophies time clock as the full-back now brings the ball back into play. It's a lovely kick to that outer side of the ground. Players trying to get the ball out. No whistle forthcoming from umpire Ray Edwards, as I think you'll find he'll know. Good football there. Spills the ball out to where Daryl Bissett picks it up. Looks to Camerotto, who got a very unfavourable bounce and has put a lot of pressure on himself here, and Bass Valley now should be able to clear the ball.
Down towards centre wing. It's picked up here for them and kicked further afield. Down to half-forward flank. Oh, good bodywork used there by the little fella for the Bass Valley side, and Scrappin gets it over to half-forward, but the GDFL through defenders coming in strongly. Oh, come on, umpire. It's a game of football, not Tiggy Touchwood.
Fair comment too, Barry.
Free kick paid to Calderbella. He's kicking towards the forward pocket where he's got his other teammate over here picking the ball up in Gisberts. Has a shot towards the goal. Off the hands of the pack it comes. Andrews is back there. It goes through his legs, unfortunately, and through for 1 behind. I tell you what, we've had 25 to 5 free kicks here this afternoon.
Unbelievable stat, Barry.
Short kick out from full-back finds Eves on the just forward of the half-back line. Eves now. Andrews runs down the centre of the ground. Eves gives him the handball. He spears a pass down towards the centre. No one home for the GDFL. Tap to the ground there by Gallagher. He goes out wide where he's got Isabits over there. Isabits kicks towards the corridor. Bissett underneath it. Oh, using his body well. Roven again off the pack. And that's about his 3rd goal for this quarter, isn't it?
Yeah, certainly is.
Scapin.
Adrian Scapin has kicked 3 goals this term. Great football from the youngster. 4 for the match, and the Bass Valley are back in town. 3 points are separating these two sides, Barry. Geelong District Footy League 8-15-63 are 3 points ahead of Bass Valley, who have really thrown the challenge back to the Geelong District boys on 9-6-60.
Yes, that's great roving down there in the forward pocket by the little fella. That's, as you said, it's his fourth goal for the day, and 3 of them have come from hitting the ball at full pace, you know, off the pack, and he's done the damage down on the forward line. Plus, I believe Bruce Clark going to centre half forward.
Yes, it was well, it could be a match-winning move, Barry.
I think it could be the way they're playing at the moment if they can keep it up. Right now, at the 29-minute mark, as a siren sound. Oof, siren sounds to end the third quarter here this afternoon, and we see that the Geelong District Football League are on 8 goals, 15-63. Bass Valley 9 goals, 6-60. Ronald, your thoughts before we wrap up?
Well, Barry, interesting to see the scoreline. Bass Valley added 6 goals to that particular quarter in a possible match-winning third quarter for them, because they've really bridged the gap on the Geelong District Football League, who seem to have lost their way that third quarter and had no system at all. Their on-ballers went to sleep, and I think that Trevor Spencer is going to have to make some movement on that half-forward line and in the on-ball department, because there was nothing coming at all that third term.
No, I think they made a few positional changes and brought a few fresh faces on in that third quarter. I think it might have been a bit too soon. You know, they had a winning combination in the first half. Why change it unless there was some of the players were sort of sore or injured? But they just didn't seem to have the same zip in that third quarter, did they?
They certainly didn't, Barry. We'll be interested to see what happens in this final quarter of football. Only time will tell, Barry. We'll be back with the action here of the Geelong District.